In about an hour, there will be a public viewing for George Floyd in Houston, Texas. This is a live look right now inside the church where that will happen. Thank you for joining us. I'm Nick Buffo. The casket carrying Floyd arrived to that church moments ago. He is now back in the city where he grew up and will be buried. CNN's Daryl Forges has a preview of today's memorial.
10,000 people are expected to line up behind me here at the Fountain of Praise Worship Center in Houston, Texas, to say their final respects to George Floyd. This as protests continue all across the country. The 2 weeks since 46-year-old George Floyd was killed while in police custody have been filled with protests across the United States and inspired similar protests around the world. Tens of thousands of people took to the streets of Washington, D.C. Sunday, including at the newly painted Black Lives Matter Plaza, to call for change.
I think it's necessary that we're in D.C. in the nation's capital speaking loudly against police brutality, against racism, against violence.
Civil rights leaders say they see signs of hope.
These are revolutionary times, like my father said in his time. Revolutionary times mean that systems and people will be changed. So I'm encouraged by what we're seeing all around the world.
And at Saturday's memorial in North Carolina, Floyd's family and friends also say they are hopeful that Floyd's death will have a lasting impact on the country.
There is no way in the world that his life will not change the trajectory of racism from now on.
Today, Floyd comes home to Houston, the city where he grew up, for the third and final memorial service. And that public viewing ends at 6 o'clock local time. And former Vice President and presumptive Democratic presidential nominee Joe Biden is expected to make his way down to Houston, Texas to privately meet with George Floyd's family. In Houston, Texas, I'm Daryl Forges.